Well, this week we're in week 39 of Core 52. I hope you're continuing the journey with us. And this week we're talking about baptism. And baptism, water baptism specifically, so important, a step that Jesus modeled for us, encouraged for all of his followers. In fact, there's not one person in the New Testament that wasn't water baptized that we know of, except for the thief that died on the cross next to Jesus. And today with me to talk about baptism, I've got Rex Henderson. And Rex has got an incredible story about water baptism, and I want him to share it with you. So Rex, you've been working out at the Impact campus now, which is our campus out at the Lubbock County Detention Center for how long? How many years?
Oh, 3.5 years. We have a Bible study that I chair, a 2-hour Bible study every Tuesday afternoon. Really enjoy it. It's really grown me as a person, as Ryan and I'll get into in a minute.
And so a couple years ago, you felt the call to be water baptized, but instead of doing it here in front of your church family at Aldersgate, you wanted to do it in front of your church family at the Impact campus. And so tell me a little bit more, or tell us a little bit more about what went into that decision. Why did you choose it to do there in the Impact campus?
That was created a lot of conversation at home. My wife Retta and I sat and we talked about it for quite some time. I even talked to Ryan about it. I prayed about it a lot. My world, you might say, was at the Impact campus. I met with probably 20 inmates out there every week, got to know these guys, got to know their life, their ups and downs. It was like a family to me. Not being baptized here at the church by Ryan was probably one of the toughest decisions I've ever had to make. God spoke to me and said, you need to be where you're comfortable, which was at the Impact campus. I've been coming to Aldersgate for 23 years now. And the reason I know that, my wife and I, first date was here at Aldersgate on Easter Sunday. Mike Schaefer was preaching. Great man.
That's a way to get off to a good marriage,
that
right?
That was a good start, and we're here every Sunday still.
Baptism, Rex, is such a part of the reason for water baptism is this what we call public profession, or going public with our faith and our relationship with Jesus, and signifying to the world. Because baptism doesn't save us, the water doesn't save us, but it's this going public with our faith. And so it was really important for you to do that in front of those men that you witnessed to every single week.
Ryan, we had, there was myself and about 15 other inmates at the time that got baptized that day, with a congregation of about 100, I would guess. Very spiritual time. I was baptized when I was 6 years old. And the reason I know that, because it's written in my mother's Bible. She's been gone many years, but I still have that Bible. And both my brother and I both were baptized at Westminster Presbyterian Church. I thought a calling was due now. I had been called as a disciple to go out to the jail, to share the Bible, to share the story of Jesus.
Rex, one of the things you said was it was a very spiritual moment. And so, yes, water baptism is water, but there's also something very spiritually significant that happens in the water. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure, I'd be happy to. For me personally, I take the water baptism as when you're being dunked into the water, you're fully submerged under the water. That's a time of death. You leave it all underneath the water. As your head is being brought up, I saw a light. I went back later and looked where the lights were in this room, and it wasn't over the baptism, but a beam of light that came. As soon as I opened my eyes, this light was shining right on me, and I felt a calmness all through my veins, through my body. I knew I know today, I know right now, I was saved. I have been welcomed into the body of Jesus Christ.
Rex, thanks so much for sharing that story. And I think you encapsulate the entire meaning and significance of water baptism, and in terms of wanting to go public with your faith, wanting to do that in front of those that it brings great significance and meaning to. What would you say to anyone who may be listening to your story that hasn't taken the step of water baptism? What would you say to them?
You know, guys, girls, you know, this is, begin working on it today. Talk to God. Find out who this Jesus Christ is. Read the Bible. You will develop into a phase to where you say, yes, I want to be baptized. I want to be part of the body of Jesus Christ. Work on it a little at a time. When the time's right, you'll know. Get a hold of this man right here. We would love to see you baptized.
It's true. We'd love to visit with you about it. If you want to take the step of water baptism, we'd love to visit with you about that. And Rex, thank you so much for sharing your story and being vulnerable with us today. Appreciate that so much.
Love it. Love it.
Loving this Core 52. I hope you're continuing to follow along with us. Join us next week for the next topic. Until then.